So let's talk about visual skills for baseball. What are some of the important skills?
So visual skills for baseball starts always with visual clarity, right? That's the easy thing. Let's make sure we see the ball clear. So we talk about maximizing clarity. We know that Major League Baseball expects 2012 and a half vision. So better than 2020, right? That means let's make sure we maximize vision with little prescriptions, glasses, contacts, laser surgery, whatever it takes. Get you to clarity, right? Start with clarity, go to contrast, go to depth perception, go to eye-hand coordination, and then the last is visual thinking or visual processing. So making sure you make quick and good decisions.
Yeah, because really, especially if you look at batting, there's such a finite time for them to make any adjustments. That processing has to be so fast because they're going to see release point part of the way through, and that was part of the way to them. That's when they have to make adjustments on height and anything like that.
And the one thing we talk about is environment. Yes. It's the environment we're playing in here today with rain, with wind. You know, it creates challenges for the ball players simply because things happen you don't expect. You get a bad bounce, you get a bad hop. And so some of those things that take that extra split second to react to, if you were trained in extra splits of seconds, then you're ready for that thing, right? You know what I mean? So you don't expect it, but if you have the extra bit that you trained all season long, extra reaction speed, extra eye-hand coordination, the bits that we put in place in spring training to make sure that we're ready and prepared for any environment pays off today.
Everything we're talking about is trainable. So talking with your eye care provider, we can help train that. I think, you know, today with these clouds, one of the pieces are we saw a couple of fly balls going out there, and you just saw the guys in the outfield tracking because there's two things going on. We got the clouds, you got to pick it up out of the clouds. You got to pick it up out of the clouds. Then you also have the wind, and you're going to see that adjust. So you got to be very aware of all of that.
Yeah, so tracking's a big thing. So when you talk about tracking, you know, it's eye movements, right? It's eye coordinated movements, following a moving target, which is really relevant to just about any sport, right?
Absolutely.
Unless we're talking about a stationary sport where you're putting the ball or the target in motion, you're tracking a target. So if you can do that efficiently, and we have ways of measuring that, we have ways of quantifying that. If we find a deficiency in eye movements and tracking, we absolutely have to fix that.
Yep, absolutely. So there's ways we do that, whether... You're good. You're good. So when we look at like eye movements, we can use systems like the Right Eye system. And then also when we're out here, we love the Synaptech strobes because that's going to help break up their tracking and really recover much faster. So work on reaction time, picking up that ball faster. These are just some of the many tools that we utilize with our athletes.
Yeah, I agree. And I think the other thing we talk about is contrast, right? Contrast is a big word. Contrast has to do with the quality of the vision that we see, right? So it's not quantity that we hear about 2020 and 2030, 2040. How clear do we see a target? It's about seeing clearly in all lighting environments. And this is a challenging lighting environment. We're talking about clouds, we're talking about overcast, we're talking about rain. Picking up a target in this environment is challenging. So are there ways to make vision better than just the human eye? And that's contrast enhancement. And that's a pretty cool opportunity.
Absolutely. With contrast, we put the right prescription on them. That's going to help, right? Just from the get-go, because that may help with some of those, what we call higher order aberrations. When we look at also, you can use nutritional supplements that have been proven to improve contrast as well as reaction time. And then also we can use different tints. A day like today, maybe tough to wear sunglasses, but we have tints that can enhance red, so you can see the seams on the ball, look at those patterns, and also pick the ball out compared to the background.
Well, a tint is a question we get a lot. What? So we talk about tints. Is there a perfect tint for baseball?
Ooh, no, not really, right? Because everybody has their own preference. So no different than different types of shoes, different things like that. Everybody's gonna have a different tint. But in general, we like to make sure that it decreases the amount of light getting to the eye because that's that glare. We decrease some of the blue, but we also enhance the red.
But I think with tint, you're talking about being specific too, right? Yeah. So different tints filter different wavelengths of light. That's really where the eye care professional comes in. So based on your sport, based on maybe the color of the ball, what is the tint that's appropriate for your game might differ, right? But there isn't a one-size-fits-all. So I think that's a really great conversation. A lot of great technologies you'll learn about on Sports Vision Pros from different lens manufacturers that have different quality tints for different specific sports. I think that's pretty cool.
Absolutely. And we talk about this in our Sports Vision Pros Academy. So take a look at the Sports Vision Pros Academy, talk about prescribing as well as different tints that are out there.
Well, and one of the other opportunities that's there is things like photochromic lenses, right? So having lenses that adapt to tint is also a great opportunity. So you can have things that are prescription strength, you can have things without prescription, but you can have tints that vary in intensity. So we came out here today, it was bright and sunny for 3 innings. It looked beautiful.
Yep.
So I want a darker tint. I want something that's going to filter out some of that brightness so I can see the ball in the bright sunny sky. Now it's not. Now it's rainy and miserable out here. So we want a tint that could be variable. There are technologies for that. Great for youth sports, great for high school sports. My son wears an adaptable tint. It works really, really well, and it keeps him seeing clear and consistent in different lighting environments.
Absolutely, because we never know, especially I'm from Oregon, we get cloudy days that also all of a sudden get brighter, and so that adaptation is huge. We get in both, like you said, glasses, contact lenses, so talk to your eye care provider because it's a great option for athletes.
And apparently I'm from Oregon today here too, because this is miserable. So. But I think that's a great point. Talk to your eye care provider. If they're not comfortable or understanding of your sports environment, you're the expert sometime as the athlete. Going into your eye care provider and saying, I play a sport like pickleball, or I play a sport like squash. I may not know that sport, so you're this expert. So you're telling the eye care provider what you need, and looking for visual improvements, right? So, and if they're not comfortable from a sports standpoint, that's where Sports Vision Pros Academy comes in. And that's where they can go on and take academy classes. It's a free of charge resource. So it allows them to learn those different components that they can use to help you maximize yourself in the game.
Absolutely. You know what? We'll do whatever it takes to make you a better athlete. So from Washington, D.C., this is Dr. Fraser Horn.
Dr. Keith Smithson here.
All right. Thanks for your time.
See you next time. See you later.
Thanks for your time.